Hi, welcome back to the farm. My name's Roz, also known as Passion Flower, and you'll find me here each week talking about my farming and creative life. Wow, are we getting some spring weather at the moment? It is windy and raining and cold and just ridiculous outside today. And last night, the wind was so loud and went on for so long. Um, I definitely didn't sleep very well, and I've got a bit of a headache from the noise. It was just incredibly strong winds all night. But yesterday morning was gorgeous. The sun was out and the sky was blue, and it was actually really hot. So I think we're going to get these very abrupt and weird changes in weather, and we're just going to have to deal with all of that craziness. So I've got the fire going over here in the shed, or trying to get it started. It's being a little bit funny at the moment. Hopefully, it's because the wind's coming down the chimney and not helping to get that fire started very well. So I am rugged up and I'm going to be staying over here in the shed all day to get work done. And I'm going to have to stop that because the smoke is getting bad. I don't know. I'll have to do that later. It's getting very foggy, smoky in here. Okay. While the weather was nice yesterday, I did manage to get some weeding done on my path. Doesn't look like I did an incredible amount, but it was quite hard work to get those weeds out. And I decided I wasn't going to spray because I had seen the weather forecast and I knew that we were going to get stacks and stacks of rain. So no point in putting any weed spray down. So I've done as much as I can in a small section and fed it to the sheep, who were very happy about that. And once we get a couple of dry days in a row, I will be planning on doing um, some spraying to get rid of those tough ones that weren't going to come out. I do have weed mat under there, so they're not too far into the ground, but some of them are just a bit more stubborn than others. This is really annoying. I'm having real trouble with that fire. What else have I done this week? Oh, I booked the sheep in to get shorn in November. So I've locked that date in. Have to get in early because the shearer gets quite busy. He does a lot of the small farms around this area. So there is high demand for his services. So I'd put a date in my diary to remind myself to give him a call to book in a date. So that is done, which is great. Sorry, it's a really boring week here on the farm. I don't really have anything else to report. So weeds, sheep shearing booked in, lots of wind. That's all I've got for you. I do have a lot business wise though. I taught classes at Unwind last weekend. I did a toe up sock class, and I also taught a continental knitting class, which was quite fun. They were all quite experienced knitters in the English style, and by the end of the class, they were all able to use their left hand to operate the yarn, and they were also able to do some two color work, so one yarn in each hand. So that was really exciting to see. I've also added some new classes to the schedule. I'll put a full list of all of the dates and lessons below with links so that you can go book tickets if they're still available. I did just have some new ones listed for the 9th of December. So I've got a tips and tricks, fixing mistakes kind of class, and I also have another continental knitting class on that day. And on the 14th of October, I have cast ons and bind offs and a next steps in brioche class. So there's a few different options there if you're interested in learning something new. In terms of market prep, I've been really busy this week. I dyed up some more Christmas yarn, so that's all ready to go now. It's even labeled. I've also been winding up some DK mini skeins and figuring out how I'm going to display those on my stall, and I'm quite excited about what I've come up with for that. I've also been putting together some Christmas yarn scrap packs, So I've got about, I think they're 170 grams each, and they're a variety of previous Christmas colors that I've done. I found this tub. I was cleaning up, as I said, the last couple of weeks, I have been sort of doing some tidying and cleaning up in here, and I did find some leftovers that I had put aside of previous Christmas colorways. So I thought it would be really great as I launch the new color to also have these packs that will be available at the Romsey All Fibre and Yarn Market. That will be where the Christmas colour will be launched and where you'll see those packs for the first time. I'm excited to have that displayed on my stall as well. I've got a few little things to hopefully attract people in and to really give off that Christmas vibe. I've been having a lot of fun figuring out ways that I'm going to change up my stall for Romsey and for the rest of the markets moving through spring. And there's a few coming up. One on the 6th of October as well at the Pascoe Vale Spinners and Weavers, which will be a great day. And I'm hoping to have a couple more confirmed in the next week or so. And of course, I will be sharing that here, sharing that on Instagram, and it will be in my links to the events on my website down below. So I've been having a lot of fun putting together different display ideas, some different props, putting my yarn into color order, which I think looks so good. And I'm excited to present it that way and see how it goes. I've taken photos and I've already packed it into the tubs in order so that I can then put it back up in order. I just have to be really conscious of doing that, because when you get into a time crunch, when you're preparing for a stall, sometimes things get a bit astray. But I've been really trying to plan ahead this time to make sure that I can do it the way I 100% want to. I've also done some new signage, so everything will look a little bit fresh and different. And I am really excited. Oh, my fire's going finally. And I will be packing the car and heading up next weekend for that, the 17th of September. So I've got my tubs and everything almost already packed. Everything is sort of sitting right here beside me. Maybe I can just show you there. There's all of my tubs and everything. So keeping it aside from the stock that will be staying here, just so that I get myself all organized and kind of get an idea of what's going to fit in the car. But I feel like I've got a system going now, which is quite good. So as I said, it is super cold and wet today. So I decided that I would wear a scarf to keep myself nice and snugly, especially while that fire gets going. It's giving me a bit of trouble. This is Happy Street by Vera Velamaki, and I made it back in 2013. It's made from all Madeline Tosh Merino Light in 3 different colors. It is in the antique lace is the light sort of cream color, and then I've got a corsage, I think is the dark pink, and carmine is the light pink. I think that's the right way around. So I've had this in my finished objects for a really long time. It's really pretty. It's a big elongated shawl, and these are short rows, the colors in it. And it's a nice sort of dressy up one, but it's also good because you can wrap it around lots and lots of times. In terms of crafting, I haven't done a lot. I feel like I've been quite busy with all of the yarn prep for markets and also with running classes. So I've been quite tired in the evenings, so I have not been doing a whole ton of knitting. I have done a little bit on my single sock. Heel is done, and I've started up on the leg. So that will just keep churning along when I get a little chance to pop a few more rows in. I did do some work on my comfy jumper. I said last week that I was going to pause on the body and start on the sleeve, and that's what I've done. So I have picked up the first sleeve and I'm just working in the round, but I haven't done a lot on it. It's quite fiddly on the small needles, and I kind of haven't really been in the mood really to knit that much at all, to be honest. Even though I do really want this finished object, it it just feels like it's going on forever at the moment. I think I either need to take a 100% break or just like knuckle down and do it. We'll see how we go. It might be, I really do want to knuckle down and do it. So maybe by next week I'll have made some significant progress. I've got a little bit of sleep. I feel like I need to try it on just to see how it feels, because it feels like that's quite narrow, but I do have it quite bunched up, and it is ribbing, so it is going to stretch a ton when I put it on as well. So I think that's part of the reason why I've paused as well. I might not be doing the decreases that the pattern calls for. I always feel like my arms need more room than most jumper patterns say, and this is feeling like it could be a little tight. We'll see. Well, that's it for another week. Thanks for spending some time with me. If you're enjoying these videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and look forward to seeing you next week on the farm. Bye.